Welcome to my YouTube channel H2O Chemistry. This YouTube channel is designed mainly for school students, especially for 10th standard right now. So as they are writing board examination, so this video will be very helpful for them. Students, subscribe for more videos. You will find chemistry easy here. Now, in the previous video, we have learned about the mass percentage composition. In this, we will see some examples. Find out the mass percentage of water. So we are going to find out the percentage of hydrogen in water as well as oxygen in the water. Now, what else we need to know? The mass of hydrogen we should know, the mass of oxygen we should know, the molecular mass of water we should know. So we can calculate the molecular mass by adding the mass of hydrogen as well as oxygen. Now, so as we have studied already the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 U, the atomic mass of oxygen is 16 U. Right? How to calculate the molecular mass of water? So the number of hydrogen. How many number of hydrogen we have? 2 into atomic mass of hydrogen 1 U, so 1 plus number of oxygen. How many number of oxygen we have? If there is no number, it is default, it is 1 year. So 1 into atomic mass of hydrogen is 16, so 16, 2 into 1 2 plus 1 into 16 16 is equal to 18 U. It is the molecular mass of water. What else this data informs us? So this too actually nothing but the mass of hydrogen present in the water. The mass of hydrogen present in the water is 2. The mass of oxygen present in the water is 16. So this idea we should use in the formula. What is the formula to calculate the mass percent? I told you already, the percentage means we are going to multiply with 100. So what is the mass percentage of hydrogen in water? Mass of hydrogen in water divided by molecular mass of water into 100. So what is the mass we have? 2. 2U divided by 18U. 18U is the molecular mass into 100. So by cancelling it, we will get the answer 11.11%. As I told you, that is if there is a 2 elements present in a compound. Water we have only 2 elements. If we calculate 1 percentage, the other we can easily calculate by subtracting this value from 100. Right? Simple method is very simple. 2 elements are there in water, right? So the mass of oxygen is total percent minus mass of hydrogen, because mass of hydrogen we have calculated. So what is total percentage? 100 minus 11.11. The answer will be 88.89%. That is the mass of oxygen. I told you already there is a direct method to calculate. You go for that. Direct method is this. The mass of oxygen in water is equal to mass of oxygen in water. The mass percentage of oxygen in water is equal to mass of oxygen in water divided by molecular mass of water into 100. So what is the mass of oxygen in water? I told you, from this calculation we have found out that there is a 1 oxygen, so 16 U is present in the water molecule. The oxygen weight is or mass is 16. And what is the total molecular mass? 18 U. So that you substitute in this formula. So mass of oxygen is 16, molecular mass of water is 18. So you just strike out this in 2 table. This 8 times, this 9 times into 100. So if you calculate the value, we have finally got 88.89%. You can see this, I have rounded off this value to 9. So I hope this sum is easy to work out. Let us go to the next example. So here you need to know some tricks. Calculate the percentage of oxygen in. So they didn't ask anything. other elements, they particularly asked about oxygen. So our interest towards this oxygen alone, we don't need to calculate this aluminium percentage, sulfur percentage. So let us see how to calculate the oxygen percentage, mass percentage of oxygen. The atomic mass of aluminium 27U, the atomic mass of sulfur is 32U, the atomic mass of oxygen is 16U. So this we have already discussed in our previous videos. Now how to calculate the molecular mass? Dear children, if you find anything in bracket in the chemical formula, what you need to do to calculate total number of atoms present in it. So there is no bracket, the bottom number indicates how many atoms of element present in it. Here there are 2 aluminium atoms, whereas in this case the sulfate ion SO4 the whole thrice. So this 3 is common to sulfur as well as oxygen. So this 3 should be multiplied with the number of sulfur and the number of oxygen. So that's what I have done here. Look at here, Al2, there is only 2 aluminium atoms. Sulfur, so default number is 1 here. So 1 into 3, 3. So sulfur is 3 here. Oxygen, 4 into 3, 12. So that's what the answer. Alright, so there are totally 3 sulfur atoms and 12 oxygen atoms. So how to calculate the molecular mass? As totally we have to add all the masses of these elements. So the number of aluminium into atomic mass of aluminium 2. Number of aluminium is 2 into atomic mass of aluminium is 27 plus number of sulfur. How many number of sulfur we have? 3 into atomic mass of sulfur is 32 plus how many oxygens we have? 12. Number of oxygen is 12 into atomic mass of oxygen is 16. 2 into 27, 54 plus 3 into 32, 96 plus 12 into 16, 192. If we add all these things, we have got 342U. So from this data, what we have understood, the mass of oxygen in aluminium sulfate is equal to 192 because our question is percentage of oxygen we have to calculate. So keep focus only on oxygen, not any other element. Got it? So 192 is the mass of oxygen in the aluminium sulfate. So 192U. The molecular mass of aluminium is 342U. That's what we have calculated. So we are ready for the calculation. Look at here. The mass percentage of oxygen in aluminium sulfate is equal to mass of oxygen in aluminium sulfate divided by molecular mass of aluminium sulfate into 100. So wherever you get percent, Now 100, we have to multiply with 100. Now 190 divided by 342, you get cancelled into 100. So if you divide by 2 table, it's 96 times 171. So if you calculate, I've got the value 56.14%. The mass percentage of oxygen in aluminium sulfate is 56.14%. My dear children, more often the students makes mistakes in writing the percentage. They forget to write. They correctly do all the sums, they do all divisions, everything they will do, but finally when they write the answer, they miss this. Please remember, whenever you do calculation for the mass percentage, we have to write this percentage. I hope you have understood clearly. If you have any doubts or comments, please post it. I'm very ready to reply. Then these problems, just for your practice, do homeworks. If you find any difficulty, don't hesitate to contact me. My email address is write.satya@gmail.com, or else you can comment in the YouTube video. Thank you so much, my dear children. Keep watching